Let's check out Nitara, one of the newer characters in Mortal Kombat 1, but returning from the franchise history. She has a really good backdash that looks, and a good forward dash. We're still getting the hang of this dash block. It's almost like you want to cancel. It's almost like you want to cancel out of it, don't think forward, block, but almost think like block, forward, block, forward, block, forward, block, forward. Almost makes it smoother, like you're dashing out of the block rather than dashing into the block. She seems nice so far. She walks well. And she dashes well. Let's check the move list. Auto block, stand, player 1, center, refill. Let's do it. Nitara. Boy, big slashes. 1, 2, 1, 2. So 7 frames, stand 1. What about on block? Was that -3? Let's do the full string. 1, 2, 1, 2. Pops up. I like that. Damn, easy punish combo. Easy launching punish combo. With Megan Fox for Eternus. Quan Chi, Ashra, and Reptile have come to the Soul Stealer. She's just reading the lines off the page, not even acting. So this is another 4-hit string that has to be completely dialed in. So you can get 1 or 1, 2, high mid, and then it's what about on block? Double hit slash, -15, so that's super punishable, but so can you hit confirm it? You can't really hit confirm the second hit. So you'll have to risk dialing in 1, 2, and then confirming off of maybe like the first or second hit. I mean, as a punish, I think it's a great punish. 7-frame automatic launcher. Pretty good. And then she's got stand 1, 2, 4. Maybe you could cancel into one or the other. Now that's hit confirmable. It's a mid kick. It's a mid kick. -3. Much better, much better. So yeah, sure, you could throw out. That's pretty great. You could throw out 1, 2. It's high mid, 7 frames, they'll say. And then you can pretty easily confirm it into either 1, 2, 4, because it's just a typical 3-hit string. Mid. I like that. Or you have this nice. Automatic launch combo. I also like that this stage pushes me to the corner right away. It seems like it. I wonder if the stages have different lengths. This one feels kind of short, but I don't know about that yet. Forward 1. It's a mid. Forward 1 off a mid. 11-frame mid, not bad. Forward 1, 2. Overhead. Let's see if that's safe. -7. Alright, pretty good. Pretty good. Stand 1 launching string that can be made safe with a mid kick. And then a forward 1 mid into overhead. Forward 1, 2 overhead, and it's safe. Alright, Nitara. We're in there. What about a down 1? Let's see what it is on -8. Do we dare? Let's also do this overhead. Can't punish. Let's see her. The down 1. Alright, down 1 is a punish. You really gotta dial it in early. Oh, she ducks. Let's see the overhead. Man, you're in block stun a long fucking time for that overhead. What's the overhead? Let's make her stop. It's -7, but then the down 1's -8. So her down 1 is punishable, but her overhead is not. So this is what I'm saying. They say startup is 7 frames. And a down 1 on block is -8. I can get a true punish with a down 1. But the overhead, forward 1, 2 overhead is -7. And a stand jab and a down jab won't punish. So I think that this means it starts in 7 frames and becomes active on frame 8. So I think the date is a little bit confusing when it lists it that way. I only seem to be able to punish -8 frame moves. So she's got a safe mid overhead string, a really nice poke string that with a launcher alternative, typical down 1, 2-2-1, 2-2-1. Again, another big launching string. Let's try it. 2-2-1. Does it go easily into an air series? No. Maybe you can cancel into something else. What is it? It's 9 frames compared to 7. What's that forward one? It's 11. -3. What about 2-2? -6. -20. So then you can poke with this again. 2-2. Not bad. Would I like that more than... I mean, 1-2... What's 1-2-4? 1-2-4 is -3. What's her... Let's look at a quick special and find something with armor. Let's look at a quick special and find something with armor. 1 bar. Let's find something with armor. I'm not seeing nothing. Has armor. Because I want to check some of the gaps in these strings. Wow, she might not have any type of armor move to go through stuff. So I wonder if 1-2-4 has a gap. That's what I'm wondering. Well, look at that. Sometimes stand 2 is just like not in range, even when you're point blank. So if you do 1-2, 2-1, you're gonna have pushed them back so far. Two advances forward very nicely on whiff. It's a mid. These mids are real. Maybe you want to use 2 to get in, because 1-2 is not going to move you as far. I mean, 2-1. I think 1-2 might be a better total string, but 2-2 is solid. 2-2-1 is super unsafe on hit. You might be able to hit confirm that a lot better. You'd be able to hit confirm 2-2-1 a lot better than 1-2-1-2. And it's still safe. -6. They're not doing anything. What about just standing? And I mean, both of them are -6, so you might as well just dial in 2-2. High mid. 9 frames versus 1. Can you get a better combo off 2-2-1 versus 1-2-1-2 if you have 9 frames to work with to punish rather than 7, or 10 frames to work with rather than 8? So I like that string too. It also gives you access to something if you're just like new to the character and you want to button mash. You have 1-2, you have 2-2. So giving you buttons to press that get decent attacks is really smart. Back 2. What is that? Overhead. Oh yeah, let's not forget about forward 1-2. Of course, safe overhead. So back 2 is yet another overhead. Let's make her block that. -5, again, safe overhead. -2-4, back 2-4. Overhead high, that's a bit weird. Can you hit confirm it? Yeah, some of these you can. You can really wait until, I mean, I'm not just anticipating and delaying inputting the rest of the string, I'm actually confirming that I'm looking for it to have hit. Let's see if, and that's -6. I don't know if you'd want to continue that string on block. I mean, yeah, the overhead's -5, and the second hit's a high. They could very easily duck it and punish you. So don't dial in back 2-4, just do back 2. And then her down. 10 frame uppercut. Some other people have faster ones. Standing 3, standing 3-4. High low, that's a bit weird. What is that? -7. I bet you out of stand 3 you could cancel into some special. I know she's got an Airdash. I don't know what her specials are like otherwise. -7 again, the low. That's interesting that a dive kick looks like a low. That's going to trick people visually. Back 2, 3, 4, -7. Let's see if I can punish that. Yeah, see, I don't think -7's punishable. I don't think so. Anytime I see -7, so I think that, like I said, I think that these are really 8 frame stand ones and down ones, not 7 frames, because you can only punish moves that are -8. So stand 3-4. It's what, -7? I mean, I guess you could just be doing this stuff. I don't see any problem with stand 3 if you know she's got some air thing you want to convert into. It is safe. The only thing about highs is they could block or duck and then let off block and probably uppercut you, like uppercut any follow-up. They could probably, so anything that's high mid, or like the first hit is a high and the second hit's something else, there's always that chance they can like blast you and interrupt you before it starts. Let's see. She seems pretty simple though, pretty simple to have fun. Girls just want to have fun. 9 frame down 3, -8. So that's no good. Down 3s, I don't know what the purpose of down 3s are. Unless down 3s are special cancelable and they want you to have a low hitting combo starter, I don't know. That would be something. But it really seems like they made down 3s unsafe to poke with. Down 1 is supposed to be this like fast like interrupt move that gives you a lot of advantage. 12 advantage on hit, and then you're -8 on block. But like, so even some people's down 1s can be punished if somebody's got an 8 frame move to punish you with. Down 3s are basically always punishable. -8. And what advantage do they give you? 13, but it's a low. I don't know. I think the down 4s have been better with a little bit shorter range. Stand 4. Just kind of a boring high kick. +4. Alright, I mean, it's a high. Maybe you could set that up. I don't know. Why would you want to just swing a high? Is that a decent anti-air? Is it a decent anti-air? No, hell no. Barely a decent anti-air. I don't know. Nah, I don't think I wouldn't trust that as an anti-air. No way. Back 4. All right, back 4. Double hitting low. 13 frames -6. Again, very safe. So she's got a lot of these back 2s and overhead, back 3 is a low. She's got a lot of safe low and overhead options. So she feels more like a poke character. She can kind of, she is aggressive and pressure heavy, but it's very simple, like safe mid strings. 1-2 is good, 2-2 is good, and then back 1, and then what was it? Forward 1-2's an overhead, back 2's an overhead. Now back 4 is a low, a safe low. So she's pretty interesting. Like, she wants to maybe confuse you, move around you, slash at you, hit you overhead and low, knock you down. That's pretty interesting. And then she's got this fly, and she's got a lot of moves that take her into the air, probably because she has air specials to cancel into. So stand 3, forward 4. 2-2-1 takes you into the air. So she's got a lot of moves that make her airborne. That's interesting. She seems really interesting. She does seem like the character you could kind of pick up and play and kind of mash with. Please reconnect the controller. It is fucking connected. What the hell? It is connected. Bizarre. Where was I? Where was I? Forward 4. Forward 4, 3-4 is this weird mid thing. So what is that on block? -15. Well, then you better continue it. You better continue it always. That's also minus 13. Well, then I don't really know what the point of this is. This is no good. You can't just do that. You'd be better off doing 2-2 to advance forward. Or back 2. You'd be better off doing back 2 to advance forward. That's an overhead and it's safe. Forward 4. Look at that. The back 2 overhead has more range. Here, we're going to jump back. Slight walk forward off a reset. They might have identical range. I like the back 2. Why would you want to do forward 4? It's not safe, and it's a high, as opposed to a safe forward advancing overhead. That's crazy. What's your down for look like? Now look at that. Down 3 and down 4 are basically the same move. And what's this on block? Minus 6. So it seems like they want you using low pokes with down 4. I wonder if down 3 and 4 are cancelable. I wonder why they chose to make down 3 kind of like less of a poke. Let's look at the air strings. She seems simple so far and really good, and I like her. She seems fun. Kind of like Scorpion, a very simple design, able to press buttons without really knowing like big combos and just kind of slash at people and poke and attack and move forward. And she's got a lot of natural low overhead mix-ups built into her basic attack move list. And she's very, very safe. She seems really good and interesting. 1, 2, 4. Standing 1. Alright, so 1, 2, 4 ground bounces. That's useful. And then 2, 4. A flip kick. 2, 4 is a flip kick. 2, 4, 2 juggles. So 1, 2, 4 ground bounces. Let's see that. 1, 2, 4. What's her And you can get 1, 2, 1, 2. And then you can get 2, 2, 4 as well. Okay, not bad for an air string. And then she has her jump kick, of course. Stand. Let's look at the specials now. Back forward 1. She's got this weird projectile that doesn't really go very far. It's high. It's extremely unsafe. Even the EX version. Okay, quick taste. A nice combo ender. A lunge forward. Does this have armor? I don't think so. Super meter. Heals Nitara when blood sacrifice is active. Okay. And then she could do it in the air. Oh, it's 2. So she has... So this is like a combo ender that you can use off of these natural juggle strings. Come on. So you can wait till she's in the air. Oh, that doesn't put you in the air. So you can do 1, 2, 1, 2. And then, what's the one that's not the ground bounce? 1, 2, 1, 2. And then I think it's 2, 4, 2. Alright, 1, 2, 1, 2. Jump, 2, 4, 2. Back forward 2. What about the other one? 2, 2, 2, 2, 4. What about this? It's 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. That doesn't seem to special cancel. 2, 2, 1 doesn't seem to special cancel. Oh, there you go. You kind of have to wait until you're in the air to link it. So yeah, okay, you can dial it in. Cool. Alright, you can dial it in. That could be a decent punish. Well, let's see. 2, 2, 1. That's only 200. What about 1, 2, 1, 2? That's already, even without the special, that's already more. That's already more. She had one other string. You can do the overhead into that because she's in the air. I want to see about these air moves. I want to check all the attacks that make her airborne. I think that was it. What about, she has forward 1. What about this? Can we cancel this? Cancel the first hit of that. What about down 3? Cancel down 3 on hit? Nah, it doesn't work. What about down 4? But down 1. Alright, so none of her lows combo into that. Except for back 4. So that's technically something you could do. Back 4 special cancel. True combo. Alright, I like that lunge. It's very much not safe. But it's a good ender, and it's an air move that you can use to finish any juggle combo. Leap of Faith. Down back 2. So she can't do that in the air. Can she do 1 2 1 2? Can she do 1 2 1 2 into that combo? Probably because she's gonna have to cancel the second hit. Yeah, what about 2 1 4? Alright, so that's kind of what? Maybe like just an anti-air thing? It says unblockable, so it's probably against, it's probably just a special anti-air or something. Let's make them jump. It's probably just like a decent, this is going to be your anti-air. Okay, it's not really, it's not the most exciting move, but it's functional. It's functional. Back forward 3. Not doing it. Back forward 3. Performable when blood sacrifice is active. What the hell's blood sacrifice? Cancelable into air special moves. Bloody bolt. Well, what's fucking blood sacrifice? So you got to skip that special move first. Dark plunge in the air. So dive kick. And you can cancel. Wow, that's super unsafe. And you can cancel moves into it. So. What does she have? 2 2 1. And it doesn't work. You could do 2 2 1, cancel and land again. Alright, alright. 2 2 1, dial in special attack. Oh, she goes the wrong way! Oh no, she goes the wrong way. She goes the wrong way. 2 2 1, dial in dive kick. I like how it worked the one time. That works. Stand 3 works. What about back 2, down back 3? Back 2, down back 4 works. So you have to be in the air. So it's down back 4. That's her dive kick. And that ground bounces. So 2 2 1. And then it kind of, you can land again. And then I picked her up immediately. The very first time I ever tried it, it worked. So you have to just do stand 1. 2 2 1, dive kick, stand 1. That's tough to do. There shouldn't be any timing. It should just be able to dial it in. You should just be able to dial it in. 2 2 2 1, dive kick, and then try it again. Well, it's too hard to do consistently, so I wouldn't try and do this style combo. Two, 2 1, dive kick. And then you try and do 1 2 1 2, and she doesn't know if it connects. But anyway, that's kind of funny. What other moves did she have that took her into the air? Back 2, of course. I like that it's a mid and not a high, so you can't duck it. You have to block it. Stand 3. I don't know, dive kick, I guess. I think it's gonna be like What was the one that she has? 1, 2, 1, 2. And then it needs to be special cancelable. 1, 2, 1, 2. 2. Oh, 2, 4, 2, 4. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2. 2, 4 dive kick. And then you could land and try and catch them again. 1, 2, 1, 2. 2, 4 dive kick. 1, 2. Like, you see what I'm saying? One, two, 1, 2. 2, 4 dive kick. 1, 2, 1, 2. And you could try and special cancel that into something else. What is her other air string? 1, 2, 4. It kind of works mid-screen too as well. Maybe you don't want to jump forward. Can I special cancel off that? Oh, maybe you can't. Maybe you can't. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, you can't special cancel off that end. So you'll have to do 1, 2, 1, 2. Dive. You could do. Seems very complicated for not a lot. But, I mean, it's just to see what's possible. It's to see what's possible. Using the dive kick to re-land and try and extend combos. That's an interesting concept. So we have the Dark Plunge, and then we also have finally Blood Sacrifice. What is this? So I've activated, and now I get this new move. I get this... Blood Sacrifice is just... What is this? Blood sacrifice. Do I have a meter showing me where it is, or it's just always on? And then I get this new, move. Blood sacrifice. Change properties of certain special moves. Change properties of special moves and heals Nitara when near opponent. What is this then? Close blood bolt. Enhanced blood boat. Blood boat. So down forward circle, and then down back 1. That's weird that she makes you do it like twice. That's kind of weird. I guess they thought it was too strong if she just had the projectile anyway. So you have to kind of charge it up. Weird. That's weird. She also has, what is the other one that she has? So, back forward 1 and back forward 3 are her projectiles. That does something else when it's, Look, deals damage over time when Blood Sacrifice is active. Has armor. Does it have armor all the time? So then let's record, Flawless block. Flawless block. Alright, so that can't be armored through. What about this? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. That's a true block string. What was the other one I wanted to test? 2 1 2 oh 1 2 4 1 2 4. That was the real thing I want to test, because this is what you're gonna be transitioning into on block. I can't get anything out. All right, it's a true string. All right, very good. Her string seems strong. Any other string you want to test if you want to armor through? 3 4. What is that? Oh, who cares about that? Of course you can armor through that. Now let's see. With the dive kick, can you armor through that? I can't armor through that either. True string. Oh, it's a low. Oh, hey, wait a minute. That means that her... 3-4 is a low, and then... Oh, her dive kick's a mid, not an overhead. Okay, alright. False alarm. I thought the dive kick was an overhead. That's going to be a mix. Alright, that's it. So, true strings, very safe. Built-in overheads and lows. What else would you dare to armor through? Back 2-4 and back 2-4. I don't know why you need to armor through that, but so, I wasn't even doing the right command. I wasn't even doing the right command. I was doing down 4-3. Let's try it again. 1-2, 1-2. Breaker. Alright, breaker. 1-2-4. Armor. 1-2-4 has armor. Alright. Flawless block. Alright, so you can armor through 1-2-4. Does that mean that 1-2? So then maybe poke with 2-2 and just use 1-2 as your punish. 1-2, 1-2 gets a bigger punish anyway because you go airborne. You can go airborne and it's faster, like 7 or 8 frames. So poke with 2-2, it's also forward advancing, and you can also mix up 2-2 and back 2. Don't really worry about 2-2-4, although it is a good string. Don't really worry about 1-2-4. Just do 2-2, it's fine. And back 2, and back 1. 3-4. True string. And then back 2-2. Her double low. Yeah, good luck armoring through that. Alright, so 1-2 is a 1-2-1-2 is a tremendous combo starter. 2-2 is a great safe mid string. Back 2 is a great safe overhead. And then down 4 is fine. Her back 4 is good. Because even her back 4 is non-punishable. Both hits, right? Yeah, -6. Let's see her special. So I like this. I like the back 4-2 lunge, and I also like the dive kick. This Blood Spit EX is her armor move. I don't know what you can really get off that. Maybe if it'd be cool if you could combo off this, but that might be too much to ask. She has a lot of forward advancing moves. You could set up the overhead off that if you hit with something. Like if you armor through something, I would do back 2 and get in there. What else does she have? So this Blood Bolt, close or far. Doesn't she have one more? And then off your flip stance move, you have all these dashes. So in the air, you can do everything. So do you have to activate first? I can't just hit it. So I have like an Airdash down, dial down forward, and it's right off the touch of Air 2. How come you can't? Oh, you have to fall a little bit first before you can do it. Alright, that's really cool. So what would you be jumping in on them with? Jump 1 goes a little bit forward, and jump 2 kind of lands down on them, and then his kick. Off my dash, I could do some type of a jump in, and then get away if it's unsafe and I don't like it, or I could cross them up. I could do jump kick dash and then an air dash. Let's make them block. So Can I do... Let's make them block all. I can dash again. Do the dive kick. Dash back, dive kick again, come in. Can I dash twice? Like, you can dash after you hit them again. So you can dash to get in. And do quick overheads. You could do like instant air overheads. Because it's just at the touch of a button. The kick is a mid. What about the dive kick? Dive kick's a mid. So if I do a jump, a jump kick's an overhead. But if I do an air dash, the kick is a mid. Huh. So off an air dash, that's an overhead too. Weird. Sometimes it hits mid. If you already hit with a jump kick, it's a... Look, after an air dash. Sometimes these air dash... Does the air dash convert it into... Look, that's still an overhead. Then that's a mid. Then it's an overhead. Then it's a mid. Forward dash, it's a mid. Forward dash, it's a mid. It's an overhead. Is it about how low I am or how high I was when I did the air dash? I'm air dash, overhead, 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 overhead. If I don't jump high enough before I air dash, so if I air dash too low to the ground, it won't become an overhead. I have to reach the pinnacle height of my jump. So I have to jump high enough for these moves to become overheads, even if I air dash lower. Weird. So if I air dash too low to the ground, what if I air dash up? Then it becomes an overhead. So you have to get high enough into the air in order for this to be an overhead. Whether you like cut the air dash short or not. See, like, look, you can use the air dash to get higher. And then I guess after the second hit, it becomes a mid and it's not still an overhead. So I jump, you have to hit the peak of your jump in order for any of these moves to come an overhead. Can I do, like, instant jump? I was gonna say, can I do, like, you can hit and then air dash again? You can bounce off or do it again. You can air dash back up again. And hit her twice. It's weird timing. If you air dash up, it's weird timing a second move to come down on them. Because you're kind of far away. Double overhead. Sometimes it's a mid, sometimes it's an overhead. Double overhead. Double overhead. Weird. Is it because I'm dashing up again and it's going high enough to get up twice again? So you'll want to do like air dash. Because look, if I jump and I air dash forward, it's a little bit of an overhead. You want to make sure to get high enough, like you want to make sure to jump, I guess, as high as the names down below the life bars are, in order to make it trigger as an overhead. And then you see what I mean? Like, because if I jump high enough, if I jump past the life bar, maybe that's it. That was still a mid. I'm jumping to the life bar. If you jump past the life bar, let's say, it'll become an overhead. So you can do, you want to make sure to get high enough. There was a mid. Is it a mid off a forward air dash? No. That's what I'm saying. It keeps switching between mid and overhead, and it's like, it's definitely a height requirement. There's definitely a height requirement. There's definitely a height requirement. Because that's a mid. Look at that. down forward, it's a mid. She's really interesting. So then it's like, what you could do is you could make sure to do, instead of air dashing forward, you can make sure to air dash up forward and hit that height requirement. You could just do a jump and then air dash forward again. Air dashing up forward seems to trigger the double overhead more often than not. And people will likely try and crouch block this to try and get like a down one or some type of an anti-air out of block. Just be careful about up block. Because trying to do straight up and come back down on them is really weird. You might want to cross them over again. I like this idea of doing a normal jump hit and then a second cross-up hit with the diagonal. Diagonal up toward. It seems to trigger the double overhead the most. And then just going further. Using jump 2 because it kind of swipes downward. Yeah, I like that. Air dash up forward. She's extremely creative and cool. I'm really incredibly satisfied with her. I'm surprised. She seems incredibly safe and strong. She has really easy combos. She has safe mid-strings, safe overheads, a special cancelable low, a lot of air attacks, easy air juggles, and that really cool air dash. I think she's really easy to pick up and play. Ironically, slash at your opponent, spit some blood on them. I like her a lot. A great character, Nitara.